All right, take two. Of course, you didn't see take one because my dumb brain forgot to turn the microphone on. So let's do this again with the microphone turned on this time because, as much as I know you like seeing my pretty face on YouTube, you really came here to listen to what I have to say. Anyways, welcome back to In Search of 42. My name is, of course, Felix Becker, and I'm your very own success coach on this journey we call life. What I want to talk about this week is a mouthful: projective identification. What is it and how does it influence our lives? So, projective identification is, of course, a mouthful, but what is not is hitting the like button, subscribing to this, sharing this episode with someone else, because it helps me reach more people like you. And the more people I can reach, the more people I can help. So do me a solid, hit the like button, rate and review, subscribe, do all those things, and I would greatly appreciate your input on that. Now, of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment below with what your thoughts are at the end of this episode, because I want to know how projective identification influences your life and has influenced your life. But I only know that if you leave a comment, or if you're on LinkedIn, shoot me a DM. So what is projective identification? Well, it's a term that is used in psychology. And like I said, it's a mouthful. And I didn't know about the term actually myself until a few weeks ago, but the concept is very easy to understand. And it's a concept that you probably already know about yourself. So think about this. If you are happy, right? And bright and sunny and glowing and full of energy, and you show up to work, what does everybody say? My, you're cheery today, right? The same thing happens on the other end of the spectrum. If you show up angry and mad and unhappy, everybody's saying, oh man, she woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or he woke up on the wrong side of the bed, right? And what you're doing here is the other people that you surround yourself with will pick up on your emotions. They will pick up on your anger or brightness and energized and happiness, right? And will embody that themselves. You know this intuitively as well from being in a room with someone who's a real grouch, right? You yourself start to become a real grouch as a result of being in the same room with that person. That is projective identification. You are projecting your identity, your emotions and your feelings onto other people, the same way they are projecting their own emotions and feelings onto you. So we can use that to our advantage. And what's more important is, first of all, recognizing that this is happening. Because unless we're aware that this is happening, then we cannot do anything about it. It may actually influence our lives in ways that will negatively affect our own personal journey, where we want to go in life. So think about this, even from my own life, right? If you surround yourself with people, and this is perfectly normal because we are a communal species, right? We're meant to work together and grow together and motivate each other and collaborate. And so it's only natural to start to identify like those other people. So if you surround yourself with people who are successful, who are motivated, who are driven, who are energized, who want to change the world, they will project that onto you, and you too will become motivated and driven and want to change the world. If you surround yourself with people who are the opposite, right, who are just grouches and pessimists and the world is all negativity, well, then you too will start to have that outlook on life. Advertisements and political campaigns, they are based on the foundation of that. They want you to identify with their message so that you will embody it and project that onto others as well. So again, if you want to change your own disposition in life, if you want to change the trajectory you are on, you need to change the people you surround yourself with, quite simply. But it first starts with yourself. You have to figure out who you are. Who is your true and authentic self? What are your own hopes, dreams, and desires? What change do you want to wish upon the world? Only then will you be able to figure out which people you want to surround yourself with. Now, there's some people who are perfectly fine going to work 9 to 5 and then go home and put on their favorite TV show or go to the bar and have a drink. And if that's what you want out of life, that's perfectly fine. I'm not here to tell you to change that. But if you surround yourself with those kinds of people and that's not where you want to go, you're going to have a hard time. So the first part is trying to figure out who your true and authentic self is. What is your purpose in life? What are your hopes, dreams, and desires? What is your vision for your future self? And if that is different than where you're at right now, if you're not on the right path, then one of the most important things you need to do is figure out which people you need to surround yourself with. Again, we are a communal species, right? As biologic beings, we are meant to work together and live together and grow together with others. And in order to do that, we need to be able to fit in with a community or tribe. Now you can see this on a very large scale, right? If you're not from Asia, if you go to Asia, it's really hard to fit in because it's a different society. There's different values, there's different perspectives, different languages. So this is just a very drastic example, of course, but on a more local level for yourself, right? If in the same way, if you surround yourself with the people that aren't motivated and driven and want to change the world, and they're energized, right? And they have a positive outlook on life. They're optimists about the future. Well, then you too will not be one of those people. So once you figure out what your own hopes, dreams, and desires are for the future, then you need to figure out who you need to surround yourself with. Where is your community? Where is your tribe? Where are the people that will help drive you towards that better future? To support you, to motivate you, to give you new perspectives, new ideas, new thoughts that will help drive you in the right direction, as opposed to people that will hold you back or steer you in a different direction. Again, a very drastic example is the big divide between the Democrats and the Republicans in this country right now, right? If you're either a Democrat or you're a Republican. And whether you believe in all of the politics that both parties espouse, you will say, "Oh, I'm a Republican. I don't identify with the Democrats." Or you're a Democrat and you don't identify with the Republicans. You might not even believe or even be aware of all the parties' intricate details of their platforms. But because you're one or the other, you don't want to be part of the other group. Totally normal. That's what we do as a biologic species, right? We're meant to live together, grow together, work together. But in order to be successful, you have to surround yourself with the right tribe, the right people that will support you and push you forward into the direction that you yourself want to go. Because if you surround yourself with the wrong people, they will project their identities onto you and you will go in a direction you don't want to go. Very classic example of that comes from my own life, right? When I was in high school and college, I was interfacing with so many people in the medical world. It was very easy for me to get into the medical world as a result. I love helping people. But what I realized 20 years later, much too late to be honest with you, I don't want you to make those same mistakes, is that wasn't me. That wasn't truly and authentically me. It was what these other people projected onto me, how I should believe, how I should see the world. But it wasn't me. I was trying to be a part of a world that I didn't belong to. So as a result, I got burned out. I walked away from medicine. Finally, when I realized who Felix really is, what are my own core values, and now I'm rebuilding my network, surrounding myself with different people. The people that are ahead of me in life, the people that are going to pull me and push me in the right direction, as opposed to the people that are going to steer me in a direction I really didn't want to go in the first place. That is the power of projective identification. It doesn't just go to the emotions on a day-to-day level, right? That anger or unhappiness or brightness and energy and happiness that you may spread onto others or that others may spread onto you. It also goes about your path in life. If you surround yourself with a bunch of executives, right? The C-suite level people, well, guess what? You're going to have opportunities in that space. You're going to start thinking like them. You're going to start talking like them. And that's the direction you're going to go in. If you surround yourself with coffee shop baristas, well, guess what? You're going to start speaking the language. You're going to be incorporating the problems and identities that they embody onto you. And that's the direction you're going to go in instead. Or like me, I started going down the doctor road because I was surrounded by doctors. I started speaking their language and thinking like them. But when I really took inventory of my own life and who Felix is and what my core values are, I realized that's actually not where I belong. And I don't want you to make that same mistake in your own life. I don't want the people you surround yourself pushing you in a direction you don't want to go. So the first step you need to figure out is, who are you? Who are you at your deepest core? What are your core values? What are your own hopes, dreams, and desires for the future? What is the vision for your future self that you really want to create? Not that others want to create for you, but the one you really want to create for yourself. Now, you can do all that on your own. I've done that, right? Read all the self-development books, do all the exercises, the meditation, the journaling, whatever. Listen to all the podcasts. I will tell you, your growth will accelerate exponentially if you work with a great coach. That coach will help you figure out who you are at your deepest core, to discover your own core values, and create a vision with you for what you want your future to truly look like. Once you know that, once you know who your authentic self is, we can develop within you that integrity mindset that you will stay true to yourself and build resilience so that you're not influenced by people in your circles who want to pull you in a different direction. And instead, we want to surround you with people who do. The people that will have a positive influence on your life. The people that will motivate you and drive you and energize you in the direction that you want to go. Now, that relationship will go both ways, right? If you surround yourself with people who are successful and energized and motivated and driven, and you show up angry and upset and mad at the world, they will not want you to be part of that group because that's not the identities that they want to have for themselves. They don't want to surround themselves with people who are angry and upset and unmotivated and lack of energy and pessimistic about the world. They too want to be surrounded by people who are successful and motivated and driven and energized to change themselves and the world they live in. So it starts with you. You have to change your disposition in life. You have to change your perspective. You have to change your mindset. And then surround yourself with the people that think like you to help drive you in the direction that you yourself want to go. I can't tell you how powerful it has been for me to start finding those people and surrounding myself with groups of people that share that same vision for my future, that are energized and motivated and driven to change not only themselves, but also the world they live in for the better. So I want you to find a great coach to help accelerate your growth, to help you fine tune those questions, to really do that deep introspection about who you truly are. Because only once you know your own true and authentic self can you really live the life that you dream of, the one you desire. Now, if I'm the right coach for you, awesome, let's chat. If I'm not the right coach, if you're listening to this like, I just don't resonate with him. I don't vibe with Felix. That's perfectly fine too, right? There has to be a good interpersonal connection between you and me in order for me to be able to help you, to guide you to a better path. But even if I'm not the right person for you, I know lots of coaches I can refer you to. Just listen to the episodes of my podcast, right? I've shared so many conversations with other coaches in all varieties of niches that you might be able to find the right person. There's so many episodes you haven't seen yet because I still need to edit them and push them out into the world. But I have so many coaches in my corner that I can refer you to the right person to help you, even if I'm not the right person for you specifically. So reach out, DM me, connect with me, let me know what your own hopes, dreams, and desires are and how I might be able to help you. Pretty easy to find. Visit my website, schedule a free 15-minute call. Doesn't take a whole lot to figure out if I'm the right person or if I at least know the right person for you. Only takes 15 minutes. That's a free call. It doesn't cost you anything other than 15 minutes of your time. And what do you have to lose? Not just 15 minutes, but a whole lifetime of unhappiness and lack of satisfaction and lack of fulfillment from your day-to-day activities. What is that worth to you? If you don't change anything right now, where are you going to be a year from now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now? You're probably still going to be in the same place you are right now. And if that is not the place you want to be, then you better start doing something about it. It starts with you. It starts with identifying your own true and authentic self, who you are at your very core. And then finding the people to surround yourself with to project their successful and motivated and driven identities onto you so that you can be successful in your own life's journey. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, share, rate, and review. Do all those things because it helps me reach more people like you who would benefit from hearing this. Again, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about projective identification and how it has changed your life for the better or the worse. I want to know. Reach out, DM me, let me know. Let's chat. Thanks for tuning in.